The following is a project in which an item must be used to explain what has been learned in this semester. The resulting explanation is to be a single paragraph, beginning, support, and conclusion, while the presentation must be 3 to 5 minutes. Due to this, I can't explain every detail or event I bring up, but you can still ask about them in the comments below if you need further explanation. But enough exposition, on with the show! My item today is the American flag. And no, it's not because of my national pride or that our nation's power comes from our immigrant/native population. While we watched films like The Madness of King George and A Love Song for Bobby Long, which have similar themes of self-exploration and rediscovering yourself, I couldn't help but to draw a historical parallel with the Age of Exploration, which occurred between the 1400s and the 1600s.
Of course!
So my explanation begins with the Spanish, who had just repelled the last of their Turkish occupiers from their country after a very long time. The Spanish wanted to show off their newly gained power and decided to set up some colonies in South America.
Of course!
The Spanish were cruel to native populations and wiped out the 3 powers of South America: the Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Incans. Afterwards, they brought back a lot of gold. Enough that the new gold became the dominant currency for many countries who had yet to establish colonies, such as Finland. The Dutch were doing extremely well thanks to the new Spanish gold, so they decided to invest in one of the first stock markets in history, the harvest of a plant that was only previously available thanks to trade with the Ottoman Empire, the tulip. You see, the Dutch invested in the worth of the next crop of tulips, and, for a while, the effects greatly helped Dutch economy, much like credit did for America in the 1920s. However, in the winter of 1636, more of the populace got a share of the market. Each stock was worth more than 10 times the amount a skilled worker can make in a year. They suddenly realized, I just sold everything that I had for a flower. And so the entire economy of Finland fell like a rock, and tulips have been used as a symbol of the stock market since. But that's not all! Disgusted by greedy displays, such as the Dutch, and deviations from the faith, such as the Protestant Church of England, a group of religious diehards decided to leave to settle in the New World. Who were these fellows, you ask? The Puritans. And if you know your American history, then you know how that leads to this, and that to unraveling the mystery that all started with a big bang. And blah 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 blah. So, what do tulips and the Age of Exploration have to do with the American flag, you ask? You see, like humans themselves, human history is affected by events from anywhere in the world, and every major event, like World War I or the American Revolution, were a result of a long string of actions whose causes could have occurred many centuries prior. It's kind of like when you decide to do a good deed or a bad deed. Those decisions change the views of those around you, and their dealings change others. It's basically history in the making. So what I'm trying to say is that the next time you watch 2012 or smell a tulip or see the American flag, remember that everything and everyone is connected. It always has been, and it always will. If I learned anything from human literature, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation I made. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you want to make a request or ask a question, then post a comment. You could trust me. I'm a historian.
Of course!